With Doug Smith, baby. Let's go.
Thank you, John. God bless you. Appreciate it.
Another episode of the show. As you guys know, I'm a big NFL draft junkie, do live interviews, virtual interviews, but I also love breaking down film. And there's a player that I became familiar with when I took and I interviewed Cameron Dorner. He's one of the, I think, wide receiver number 2, I believe it was, for North Texas last year. Had him on the show. He's currently on the Patriots right now. And also I interviewed Trey Williams, who was one of the best tight ends in college football, man. Currently a free agent at the moment. But then I found out, I was like, whoa, these guys, they're really good. They got great highlights. And I saw who was throwing them the ball. And it's Drew Mestemaker. Now, Drew Mestemaker no longer plays for North Texas, but a garbage fire, right, of a football team, Oklahoma State Cowboys, okay? Horrible season, one of the worst teams in all of college football. They went 1-11 last year. Absolutely terrible. So it's only up from here for this team. But we do have to take a look at the highlights from North Texas, man, because they're a very competitive team. They were bowl game bound last year as well, too. And Drew Mestemaker is the quarterback that we're going to be talking about today. So we got about a 10-minute highlight film. I did dim down the quality a little bit, y'all, because I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. But yeah, I trimmed this down a little bit. But man, this is a mighty fine highlight reel. Now, let's go over his stats here. I'm going to pull it up here. When I see college quarterbacks, and this is just my analysis of QBs, I would say I'm right probably 80% of the time when it comes to quarterbacks. And I've been studying it. We've had this show for 6 years now, going on 7. Praise the Lord. It's been quite a journey. But I've been a draft junkie since high school, and I'm 37, so it's been a minute now, right? And when I see quarterbacks who take and throw 2,500 yards, to me that's like a C or a C minus. That's not too bad, okay. But when I see quarterbacks throw for 3,000 yards, oh, okay, hey, I'm watching you. You got my eyes on you. This guy, let's pull up his stats here, y'all. Oh my goodness. 4,800 yards passing. Now, they ran the air raid, and I'm hoping they bring that over to Oklahoma State next year. I'm assuming so, because Drew Mestemaker is going to be starting quarterback. But 4,800 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Okay, would like to see that interceptions number a little bit lower, but I like it nonetheless. 84 yards was his longest. And check it out, he was still sacked 18 times. So not the best O-line, but this guy can keep his eyes down the field and tote the rock. I freaking love it. When it comes to running the ball, he did have 5 touchdowns. So technically he had 41 touchdowns in total. Technically, okay? Again, huge Drew Mestemaker fan. Comment below on what your expectations are for this team. They do have some tough games in the schedule. They have Oregon in the beginning of the year, West Virginia. Yeah, they got some tough games on their schedule. However, I think this team could potentially take and win 7 games and be bowl game bound. Drew Mestemaker, I'm watching him as far as sorry, we got a commercial here. Let me skip past this. Ain't nothing like a good old commercial to ruin your podcast. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, we're about 2/5 of the way, but watching him go through his reads, and whether it be Wyatt, whether it be Cameron Dorner, Williams, it's another guy or two in this last year's team. Man, I love this, man. And when I watch him throw, and it almost takes and reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger a little bit. I'm not saying he's Ben Roethlisberger, but as far as like his throwing motion, looks quite similar. Man, this dude, it has a cannon of an arm. Ooh, look at that throw. And he's a pretty big kid. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. And he was at, again, 2 years at North Texas. So he is coming into his, let's see here. Yeah, he's currently a sophomore. So I don't see him going to NFL. I see him staying another year or two. But, man, this is a guy we got to watch out for this football season. Oh, my goodness. Now you got the dogs. Yep, that's my guy Dorner. Yeah, Cameron Dorner or Cam Dorner. Man, you watch him. That dude. Oh, my gosh, man. I think he makes the practice squad and potentially is a starter for the Patriots by week 4. Dude is a hidden gem. Really good dude. Really good dude. But yeah, a comment below other quarterbacks you'd like me to do videos for that are kind of like this, where we go over the highlights and go over some of their really cool stats. Also, as well, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, guys. Man, Drew Mestemaker. I remember when Oklahoma State had Brandon Weeden, and I think that obviously Brandon Weeden, he didn't have quite the NFL career as hoped. He was an older draft prospect. I think he was like 27 by the time he was drafted, but he also had like 40 touchdowns, right? So we could see possibly the biggest quarterback prospect. And again, he's a sophomore. So in a year or two since Brandon Weeden, we could potentially see that. I know they had to give him some serious Oklahoma oil money for him to go play for a team. But I got a lot of love for Oklahoma State, and I want to see them do extremely well. Again, Jiggy with it. That is, I think that's their tight end there. Yeah, college football cannot come soon enough. I know a lot of people are like, hey, next year is going to be huge for quarterbacks. There's some quarterbacks who are supposed to be in this past year's draft who ended up taking and staying another year. So they have no choice but to go in the 2026 draft. Like, this is it for them, right? But Mestemaker, he has another 2 years of eligibility, this upcoming year and then the year after, right? So, we could see him in the, 2028 draft, perhaps. I love this air raid offense. And one thing I like about Drew, he goes through his reads. That was 3 reads. I count on that play right there. Again, this is a guy who was sacked 18 times, right? So that's a pretty fair amount, He balled out, man. They were 9-1 at this point in the game. Get off me. Chucked up the deuce, touchdown. Oh, man, you got to love it, man. See how much time we got in this highlight reel. We're about 70% of the way through. And one thing I'll watch out for, too, you saw that play right there? He didn't have to stop and come back for the ball at all. He just kept running. Mestemaker makes it look easy, man. He's a good height, too. He's 6'3". Sometimes when I look at height, too, for quarterbacks, I really like my quarterbacks to be, 6'1" and above, personally. He's 6'3". That's a sweet spot right there. You could see it over the O-line for the most part. Now, it did help that he had guys like Young on his team and Cam Dorner and Trey Williams, or Trey Williams III actually was his name. It helped a lot, but, like that play right there, that was a yak machine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my guy Cam Dorner on the Patriots right now, making it look easy. Man, you got to love it. I think a lot of people, they forgot that there's several college football teams in Oklahoma. And you got, I think it's just Tulsa's the little brother, and then there's the Sooners, right? But Oklahoma State, man, has, could really turn this program around. It's not just like with coaching, but also with having a good quarterback, a lot of that team they had last year was not cutting it. They could really have the element of surprise on their hands. Man, I love this. Yeah, that was my guy, Trey Williams. Trey is another guy. I think he had a brief workout with the Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken. So likely to go CFL or UFL, but really, really, really great prospect. My goodness gracious. Reading online. Looks like Drew is from Texas originally, which is pretty cool. He is from Austin, went to Vandergrift High School. Wow. Awesome, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please support the channel. Really, really, really means a lot. Hit the bell for the alerts. That's it for today's episode, you guys. So I really appreciate you guys taking and tuning in. Look out for more highlights like this. My channel is a mix of player interviews, highlight breakdowns, also just original content, both NFL and college football. And then I react to highlights for my YouTube shorts. So check us out. We'll see you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Peace. Thank you for watching another episode of The Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.